Donna Hartney here. Welcome to the BDT Leadership Institute Take 5. Today we're going to focus on what you can do to increase the effectiveness of your team. At this point, it's probably been more than a month since your team has gone remote. How's that going? It could be a good time to pause and assess where things are, to listen to the buzz in your hive, your team hive, to assess how things are going. Beekeepers learn a lot by listening to their hives. Let's listen. Was that the sound of a hive that had just swarmed? Or maybe perhaps it was the sound of a hive where a new queen bee was just emerging from her honeycomb cell. Listening to the bees can answer those questions and a whole lot more. Listening to the bees helps beekeepers decide what to do next in order to ensure the productivity and health of the hive. So when it comes to human hives, why take the time and put in the effort to pause to assess where things are? Let's take a look at some reasons. First of all, it's an opportunity to gauge the effectiveness of your team right now, today. It's also a chance to identify team strengths that you can leverage and to isolate team challenges that you can address. When assessing and adjusting becomes a routine practice on a team, it can help create a team culture of assessment, feedback, and agile adjustment. That's probably the biggest thing of all. So how do you do it? It's really pretty easy, can take less than 5 minutes, and doesn't require fancy tools. Let me walk you through how you might do it. Here's a flow. 3 simple questions. First question, how effectively are we operating as a team? You could explain to the team that we're going to vote with our hands. A 0 being completely ineffective, a 5 being perfectly effective. And when you say ready, set, go, vote. Ready, set, go, vote. Second question, what are we doing well as a team? You might say, take a minute to jot down the 2 most important things we are doing well as a team. And the last question, what could we do differently to be even more effective as a team? So now take another minute to jot down the top 2 things we could be doing differently to be more effective as a team. Now, when I said those things, did you pause and think, I don't think my team's quite ready for that level of transparency? Maybe that's the case, and no worries. There are a lot of tools online, SurveyMonkey for example, where you can easily set up a survey, a simple survey, and you can set it up so that it's anonymous. That way your team members feel free to provide the feedback that they really want to provide. So you've done your survey, what do you do next? Here's where you go. The first thing to do is to review the assessment responses with your team. What patterns do you see? What messages are there? Then ask yourself, what adjustments will we make to increase our team effectiveness? Remember, this is an opportunity to both leverage team strengths and address team challenges. Once you know what you're going to focus on, the next thing is to craft your plan. Who's going to do what by when? And finally, you work your plan. Fair enough? Easy enough? Great. So periodically assessing where your team is and making adjustments can be really, really effective in increasing the operation of your team, regardless of what environment you find yourself in, and in particular, the environment that we currently find ourselves in. So, if you have listened and watched Take 5s before, you know that we end them with a challenge. So, what's my challenge for you? I challenge you to engage your team in an assessment of how the team is performing and to create a plan for increasing the effectiveness of your team. Great to see you today. Be safe, be well. Goodbye.